speculation only. Hello, my amazing YouTube family. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It is Saturday, so I'm finally getting a chance to sit down and do my boxes. I have quite a few to go through. I still have not gotten any of my ebates yet, and that's going to be a video. The first one that I wanted to do is my Boxycharm. I think this is the Boxycharm Premium. Once again, you know that I have no idea what is going to be in here because I can't remember my own name on a daily basis. But if you don't know what a Boxycharm is, this is, as I said, a Boxycharm Premium, which is $35 a month, and it comes with 6 full-size products. They also have the base box, which is 5 products for $25, and every 3 months you can upgrade to the Boxy Luxe, which is $50, which I personally think, after the debacle last month and how disappointed I was, I'm going to be canceling that one and just keeping the base and the premium. Let me know your thoughts on that. And I just sat on a cat toy. Yeah, it's one. Well, I better do that. They're all gonna come running. I guess they left it for me as a gift. Isn't that kind of them? Before I open this box, can I talk about my face for just about a minute and a half? I am currently sweating. It is 1,000 degrees up here at the moment, and I just tried for the very first time the Milani Screen Queen Foundation. I just picked it up because CVS was having a deal that if you bought 3 Milani products, you got a $10 cash back thing, and I really wanted to try them so that incentivized, that was an incentive to me. I'm sweating it off, and as I sweat it off, it is getting cakey and disgusting. It was the first time I used it, so I'm going to try it with different primers and such, but it doesn't last through sweat, at least this time on my face. And the other thing that I got was the Milani Gilded Terra palette. It was the only one there, and I was trying to figure out what the third item to buy was, and I just thought this was absolutely beautiful. I'm doing a green look today, and I like that it has different color stories and yet they can all go together. So I thought it was great, and I've had this on most of the day, probably about 5 hours or 6 hours at this point in time, and it is holding up quite well even through the sweat. So I'm impressed with this. It is $20, which is expensive, but as I said, if you can get a deal on it, I will highly recommend this one if you're able to. So let's get into this and see how disappointed I'm going to be. You notice I'm not saying excited or disappointed because lately they have just been, I don't know, not making me happy. I don't feel like I'm completely wasting my money, but you ever feel like there's something shady like that somebody's doing and you just can't place your finger on it? That's sort of kind of how I'm feeling. That's the vibe I'm getting. But let us open. Let's open, and yes, she is blue inside. And here is the card for this month. Let's see. Oh, if I didn't mention, it is May 2021. You'll see it in the title, but I should probably voice it, as I always say. And the theme this month is Flourish. It's got some beautiful flowers. They're trying, you know what I mean. I'm not going to look at the back because they're going to tell me what the items are. I'm not even going to look. Feel paper, that's what I feel. I'm just going to pull out an item, and it's an item in bubble wrap. Oh yeah, okay, I can see through the bubble wrap. I do believe this is what I picked. I was shocked that this was an option for me. This is something I wanted to try, but I would not go out and purchase myself. It is the Lady Gaga brand. It is from House Laboratories, and I just noticed that the packaging is quite interesting. It's holographic and very reflective here, and yet when I'm looking at it without being in the camera, it doesn't look that way. Very pretty packaging, very simplistic, but I like it. Oh, and I don't want to ruin my nails, I just did them. Let's see if I can use... Ah, it worked. Look at that. I don't quite remember what the palette looks like. I do know that there's very polarizing opinions on this brand and this palette. Very, very pretty. It's plastic and it has a matte touch, but not a super matte touch, and it is domed, as you can see here. This is called the Glam Room #1. It also does have the shades listed on the back, which is always fairly useless to me. And it's a very simple neutral palette. It does have 4 mattes and I will count up the shimmers for you. They went on fairly well. They're a little bit powdery, but I will wait to see how they translate on the eyes. The black seems kind of nice. I'll be very curious about that one. It does have 6 shimmers. This is the first 3. That gold one has a slightly different texture than the rest of them, but all 3 of them really swatched beautifully. And again, I'm going to be excited to see how they perform on my eyes. This is the row for these shimmers, and very beautiful. That has a nice deep purple base to it, which of course you know that I really will enjoy. So it's a simple palette, but I'm very excited to try it because I wanted to, but wasn't going to spend the money on it. And the fact that it is a fairly newer palette to the market also makes me happy. That probably paid for the box in itself. All right, what's the next thing here? It's very light. What are you? This is from Rhode Isle, and these are the Dragon's Blood eye masks. Now you are only getting 3 in a box. This to me seems like a smaller or sample size. These are going to be priced quite high because I do know that Rhode Isle is an expensive brand. Do I think they're worth it? I don't remember. I have tried them. I cannot give you my opinion on it because I don't recall. They are folded up, which I think is rather odd. You would think that they would not be, which makes me think that this might be a package size made just for Boxycharm. That could be a thing. I don't know what kind they are. It's very hard to tell. I don't think they're the jelly, although I really can't say. I was just trying to tell from feeling the package. I can feel a serum in there, so yes, maybe they are, because I do feel that serum-y type of stuff. I have to look these up and see if they sell them, how many come in the package. I will be very curious to know. Okay, this is from Serum Kind. I have heard of it. Have I heard of it because of this box, or have I heard of this because I've heard of it? But it is the Black Blossom Hand Serum. Ooh, a hand serum. I am currently using the Peter Thomas Roth Body Serum. Not only does it smell delish, but it's really nice. I do put a moisturizer on top of it, but I like the idea of a body serum. As I said, essentially you can just use your face serums on your body, but some might be a little bit too expensive to do so. It says Royal Skin Barrier from Tulips, Black Tulips. I have no idea if that has any beneficial anything at all, but I will be curious to research it. It does come in a metal squeezy tube, which I do believe you will probably have to pierce, and I'm going to do that now. Oh, okay, made a tiny hole. It's a white, it's almost has a pinky tinge to it. Doesn't make a difference, but it has a bit of a floral scent, but not as much as I anticipated, considering the name. They do say to rub it into your hands and your cuticles. Feels very nice going on. I can definitely smell the floral. I don't know if it feels as much like a serum as it does a very thin hand cream, but it's absorbing well. These things never go to waste. I do go through tons of them. It's something different that I haven't tried. I'll be looking into the ingredients and letting you know my thoughts on them for sure. I have another thing here that I just pulled out, and what are you? This is the Too Faced Melted Chocolate. Is this a lip gloss or a lipstick or what? It is a matte eyeshadow, and it is in the color Chocolate Malt. Of course, I've seen these. Never pulled the trigger and purchased one, so this is interesting. I'm going to give you a bit of a spoiler. The Kosas 10-second eyeshadow, I'm in love with. I will be putting it in my review video, which I will be doing very, very shortly. We'll see. But I just gave you that little spoiler. Look at the packaging. Very, very cute. And on the bottom, it's clear so you can see the color. Okay, do I wish it had a scent? Yes. Yes, I do. It is a very, very thin formula with a doe foot applicator. That's very pretty. It's a neutral color. It says matte, but it appears to me to have a bit of a sheen. I'm going to let that sit there for a couple of minutes because I want to see if you can blend it out, and let me try that right now. It feels like a liquid lipstick. That's a blend. Blend? Blended! That is it blended, and again, I'm going to let it sit there and see if it dries down, and that may be an indication of how long it is going to last. Okay, I'm pulling out something very weird at the moment. It says La Ruche. If it was in Italian, I would say La Ruche. I don't know if it's Italian. It is an envelope, and oh, okay, it is 3 brushes. That is the most bizarre packaging I think I've ever seen for a brush set. It's an interesting brush set because it is obviously 2 face brushes, and this is an eyeliner brush. Funny. Oh, very, very soft matte handles and a gunmetal gray ferrule, which is nice, but don't these look remarkably like either the MOTD or Moda brushes? I haven't really heard of La Ruche before. Makes me think and wonder. It is soft, but it has that very synthetic texture of the bristles, if you know what I mean. This is a highlighter brush. I think it's a little bit thick or big for a highlighter brush, but I'd be willing to try it. They're very, very lightweight. And it has, I don't know. I mean, it doesn't have that clean, perfect halo of bristles, but it's not too bad. There are not strays sticking out all over the place. This looks like it is a flat kabuki, possibly a foundation brush. It's very soft again, but I don't know if you know what I mean by that synthetic appearance to the bristles. This one does have hairs sticking out all over the place, and I can't pull on them. They are stuck there, so I'm going to have to trim it. Same aesthetic. I'm going to turn this. Okay, you know what I'm going to compare this to? Do you know when you get like a wig from the costume shop as compared to if you're getting even a well-made synthetic wig? The difference in how the hair appears, the one from the costume store that cost you $5 is going to have that shiny appearance. That is the way I am making the comparison to these and some other brushes. I'm not going to judge them yet until I see how they perform. And then this third brush, which I don't understand why you, in a set, you would have eyeliner brush in a set that is a highlighter and probably a foundation brush. I don't get. This is just a smaller version that still has the little nubbies, still the same aesthetic. I don't know. I can't give an opinion. It feels... I'm going to have to try it. That's the only thing I can say about it, is that I'm going to have to try it. There is one more item in here, and it is from Bite Beauty. It's looking like something extremely bright. I don't even know what it is yet. Obviously, it's a lip product. It's called the Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Crayon. But I am becoming adventurous, and I am going to try it. Oh, okay. She's red. I have mentioned this before. This is the soft matte packaging, and for some reason I always do this. I don't know why I have this desire to do this, but I do. And yes, she is very, very red. First I shall swatch her on my hand. There is the color. Now I will tell you, in my profile it states nude lipsticks only. Nowhere in my profile does it state red lipsticks. And also, remember how I had said that I was trying to figure out why I was not getting the eyeshadow palettes? I went back and reviewed my profile, as some of you have suggested. It says very little skincare and very makeup heavy. So my profile is correct, but I don't know. And this is definitely not a color that is on my profile. So I don't trust in the process. And brave Leann is now going to try this on. Well, I can say this, I do love these. I've had minis of these in the more nude colors or the pinky tones or the berry tones. I love the application. I love the concept of them. They are very, very comfortable. I don't see this as being matte. I know I had something on my lips, but you think a mattifying lipstick would definitely, even on top of a gloss, show up a lot more matte. It is super comfortable. I don't feel like it's going to stray outside of my lip line. You know, I like it, and I do believe that I'm going to keep this on for my other videos. I am, and then I'm going to see the reaction that I get and see if people actually like it or not. But, okay, so now I'm going to get my card, and let's read up on this stuff. The first thing we are talking about here is the Haus Laboratories Glam Room Palette #1, and it's called Fame. It says unlock your fame in this new palette with 10 matte, metallic, shimmer, and sparkle finishes made to perform on every skin tone. I didn't see that many varying degrees of, you know, the shimmeriness. So the price of this palette is $34, which, as I said, is basically the cost of my box. So even if I hated every single thing in the box, I would be happy because I didn't go out and seek it out, but I received it. So I'm very happy. And remember, everything in this box is essentially $5.55. And then I break it down at the end and say, how do I feel about that and how do I feel about the $35 that I spent on all of it overall. That's my way of rationalizing these boxes. Okay, so the Too Faced Melted Chocolate Eyeshadow. Again, I got the color Chocolate Malt. This is $21, which I think is a very, very high price tag. But lately, Too Faced and a lot of the other sites have been having tremendous sales. So I personally would never pay $21 for it. It is a $5.55 item in this box, so that is absolutely worth it. And I'm actually very excited to try it. It says that it's an innovative 2-in-1 whipped liquid eyeshadow. I didn't get a whipped feeling. I got more of a very liquidy feeling. And speaking of which, let's rub on this here. Because it is such a chocolatey color, it's hard to tell. I think it did rub off a little bit, but I don't think it's necessarily going to slip and slide everywhere, if you know what I mean. So they say that it delivers a rich, intense, chocolate-scented matte color. I have to smell this again. You can also use this as a primer as well. I see what they mean by the whipped. When I took this out and a little bit came out, it is a little bit of a fluffy texture. It just didn't translate like that onto my hand. I think my sniffer's working, and I smell a little bit of something, but I would have loved to open this up and had that warm, hot chocolate scent. So I don't know. I personally just, I don't really smell anything, so that's just me. Bite Beauty Power Move Creamy Matte Lip Color. So here it is on my hand without any gloss. Again, that doesn't seem matte at all, and it certainly is not staying anywhere. It is going to transfer, so I don't necessarily understand the explanation of it. This is $26. A price I would not pay. Grateful to get it in here. It just says high performance matte lipstick for creamy bold color. I definitely like the application. It is not uncomfortable, and I'm wearing it. I'm gonna rock it for these next few videos, and we shall see. This I'm going to be curious about. This is the Serum Kind Black Blossom Hand Cream. I have to look and see if there's any research whatsoever that will give me some information on the black tulip and what it could possibly do. It says that it's perfect for the intensive care of the skin barrier infused with the healing effects of the Black Blossom Serum. I know nothing about it, but it is $27. $27 for a hand cream or hand serum? That's a lot of money. So if it is something great, I'll be extremely grateful to have it in this box. The one thing that Boxycharm does that I don't necessarily like, with Ipsy, you know the products that they've picked out for you and you can look at them. With Boxy, they just give you all of the products that could have been in your box or in all of the boxes, and you don't know what you were supposed to get. So I don't really know how I feel about that. You used to be able to see what you in particular were getting, and I think they changed that probably to cover their butt, in my opinion. Speculation only. The LaRousse Beauty on the Go set. This is what I mean, peoples. They are stating that this set is $98. $98. No. For $98, I could get 2 Tom Ford brushes, or 2 Laura Mercier brushes, or I could get some referral brushes, or I can go on about the brushes that I personally would spend $98 on. And in this light, with all, now I really see all the hairs sticking up. There is not a way, a chance, a possibility of these being $98. I will tell you that. It says that it has a dense domed brush for foundation or contour, a powder brush for highlighter or blush, and a small dense angled brush for eyeliner or eyebrows. Yeah, this is one of the inflated prices that they put in the box to give you the false idea that this box is worth way more than it is. I'm going to say, was this worth $5.55? Yes. Yes, it was. And we're going to leave it there with that one. And the Rhodile Dragon's Blood Eye Mask Trio. These are biocellulose masks, and they have the Dragon Blood Complex, which again I have to look up because I don't remember what that, their proprietary property, their serum is, you know. They say that these depuff and they have a cooling effect. They have arnica extract, which if it's high enough up in the ingredients, that is definitely a beneficial ingredient for your under eyes. So the 3 of these are $18, which means $6 a piece. Let me look this up and see what I can figure out on their website. So what I learned when I looked it up is on the Rhodile website, the UK website, you get 8 patches in a box for $59 US, I think that's what it came down to, or $55. So basically it makes the patches still the same amount. So that in essence doesn't bother me, but it's not necessarily full size, if you know what I mean, considering the original one is 8 in a box. That's why I said this is a smaller box, because they folded them up. So this is made specifically, probably for Boxycharm. 34, 21, 55, 75. Okay, so my total box comes to $222. Do I think that they threw in those brushes at that ridiculous price tag to inflate the value of the box? Absolutely. But here's the thing. Do I think the box is worth $35? Absolutely. I like the box. It had 3 makeup products, a set of brushes, overpriced brushes, but brushes, and the hand cream. So it was a nice mixture of things. I think it's a good box. I'm happy with it. But I think you understand my point about them trying to reach this, in my opinion, overachieving goal of a value in order to attract people to their company. I am happy to hold the number up here for you guys to take a screenshot and take a look and see if that means anything to you. I did watch somebody who explained what that code meant, but yeah, I don't have the desire nor the brain power at the moment to even attempt to figure it out, because it doesn't really mean that much to me. But my friends, I would love to know your thoughts on my products. Do you get Boxycharm Premium, and what did you get? Do you guys skip out on this one and maybe just keep the base box? I would love to hear your logic behind how you think about these. What do you think about my breakdown of the products and the way I analyze it, not basing it off of the total amount of the box, but how I look at the individual products and what they actually cost to me? Thank you guys so much for just taking a little bit of time out of your day to hang out with me and go through this. It is so much fun. I love you guys. You are amazing, amazing people. If you are new to the channel and you want to become part of this crazy, wonderful family, I would love it if you would subscribe. And if you want to give a thumbs up or a thumbs down, that would mean everything to me. And of course, my friends, whatever part of the world you're in or around, I hope you're having a fabulous, amazing day. I hope you have a wonderful week coming up. I will see you really soon in my next video. Much love, everybody. Bye.